Welcome back to the Rewind, and today we're taking you back to Boca Bash in 2022 when we took the Jetskis, and it worked out to our advantage because we got to navigate through places that normally boats can't. How you doing, guys, and welcome back. And well, today's adventure started earlier and it turned out to be a little mission, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. We got up at 7:30 in the morning, jumped on the turnpike and headed north all the way to Boca Raton, because today we're headed to Boca Lake. For what? Boca Bash. I'm pretty sure you noticed because I've been posting clips on my Instagram, and that's why I tell you guys, if you want to keep up with the local events, follow me on Instagram because you'll see it there first. Well, getting back to our mission, I drove north on the turnpike and headed over to Althora Park Public Arena by Hillsboro, and that is the closest ramp to Boca Lake from Miami. And by the time we got up there, it was 8:45, and to our surprise, the marina was closed because it was full. So we had to turn back around and head down south towards Fort Lauderdale. All right, guys, so we here. We're about to jump off. Oh, the water's cold. Hey! Woo. Check it out, we made it. We're gonna go with the show. And now another story begins because we're here at Fort Lauderdale 15th Street boat ramp. And I estimate that our ride to Boca Lake from here is gonna be between 2.5 hours or 3 hours long, because almost the whole way it's idle zone, and this is our first time doing it on jet skis. And now we're out of the ramp channel and onto the main intercoastal in Fort Lauderdale. So I guess I'm gonna sit down and get comfortable and enjoy the long ride through the intercoastal. There's other boats here and they're heading north too, and to my guess, I think they're probably heading over to Boca Bash to have some fun in the sun. And within 30 minutes or so, we have reached Las Olas Boulevard Causeway. And we just went under Sunrise Boulevard Causeway. And that was Pompano Drawbridge, and so far we're about an hour and 45 minutes into the drive. But if this lady thinks she's gonna make it, if she does, she must be really good because we have another 35 to 40 minutes to go. But the ride has been very interesting. We got to look at beautiful boats and beautiful houses on the intercoastal. And the closer we got to our destination, the more boats we saw on the water. and it has been 2 hours and 20 minutes and we're getting closer and closer. We noticed that the closer we got, there was more people waiting around the shore, I guess for their friends to stop by and pick them up on their boat. And also, the closer we got, the boat traffic got even heavier. And finally, our last drawbridge, and we have reached Boca Lake. And it took us 2 hours and 45 minutes to get here, with lots of idle zones and boat traffic, but we did it. And now we're gonna cruise around and check out Boca Bash 2022. And as you can see, there's plenty of boaters here already and more on the way. So as time goes by, more boaters are showing up, so we're gonna keep cruising around and let the video speak for itself. And I would like to say hello to all the fans that recognized us while we were cruising around. Want me to help you? Anywhere you look, there's a million people. Stop right here, though. Stop right here? Yeah. Well, what do you guys think so far about Boca Bash 2022? If you guys been watching my channel and you watched last year's Boca Bash, you noticed there was more people in the water. And this year, there's less people in the water and more standing on their boats. And the reason why is because the water, for some odd reason, is still a little chilly for us Floridians. But nor windy weather or chilly water is not gonna stop the boaters here from having some fun in the sun. And it's only about 2:30 in the afternoon. And there's also plenty of boats coming in and circling around the sandbar trying to find their friends or an empty spot. And here's the part that the smaller the boat, the better advantage you have, because you can move around in and out of all the clusters of boats. And that's gonna answer the question that I'm pretty sure a few of you were asking yourselves, why they become such a far ride on the jet ski. And that's why it's easier to get around once you get here. So to answer a question that I got that I couldn't answer myself is, why is Lake Boca called a lake when it's made up with salt water? And the answer is, I don't know. And I tried doing a quick search, but nothing came up. So if by any chance one of you guys know, let me know on the comments. And another question that I got from part 1 was, does the police harass the boaters? And first of all, I wouldn't call it harass. I would just call it they're doing the job, just as long as you don't break the rules. And for what I saw was, they were pretty lenient. They were basically just cracking down people on the jet skis riding around without vests, and also making sure that the driver of the boat wasn't drinking and driving. And I don't think that's harsh at all. I think that's just them doing their job to protect us from the careless boaters and causing an accident and ruining our day here at Boca Bash 2022. It's always great to meet the people that watch the channel, and look at this, we found the best dressed looking lady here at Boca Bash. It's always a pleasure to meet the people that watch the channel, and especially on a day like this where everybody's having fun in the sun. And look at this, he finally made it. My good friend Dewey made it to Boca Bash, and he brung his boat all the way up from all over. So if it took me more or less 2.5 hours, I think for him was more or less 3.5 hours. But he made it, and that's what counts. But he wasn't the only one, because there were still people coming in to join the fun here at Boca Bash in Lake Boca. I think Dewey found the perfect spot to anchor up by all the party boats, so we're just gonna let the camera run and see what it catches. Well, definitely, we found a hot spot here at Boca Bash. But what do you guys think about so far? Do you like it? Will you come next year? And if you are, remember, it's the last Sunday of the month of April. And beware that the ramps around here close really early. So if you're gonna travel up or travel down like we did, make sure you arrive early and give yourself enough time because the travel distance is pretty far if you're coming from Miami or even Fort Lauderdale like we did. And talking about traveling, well, right now it's about 4:30 in the afternoon, and I think we're gonna start to head back because our ride it's very long and very slow. Well, this is really surprising, and I think right now the time was 4:30 or even 5 o'clock, I don't really remember. But when we got to the channel to start heading back, it was crazy. People were still coming in, but now boats are starting to leave, and it was a traffic jam under the bridge. And now that means the ride back was going to be even harder than before because we have to watch out for the incoming traffic and the traffic behind us. And here's the part of being a jet skier. It's really hard because the big boats, it's really hard to see over the bows, so you have to stay out of their way. Well, and I thought the ride getting to Boca Bash was entertaining. Well, on the way back is going to be more entertaining and more challenging. But the good thing, we don't have to wait for the drawbridge to open because we're pretty small. So little by little, we were leaving the boat traffic behind. Because driving through the wake of the boats with a jet ski could be very uncomfortable, especially when you spend a few hours driving around on it and you have a few hours more to go. So yep, we did it. We made it to Boca Bash, and now we're back to Fort Lauderdale within 2 hours and 45 minutes. And look at this. I guess Doobie's friends still got enough energy to keep going with the bash, but they're gonna need it because they still got another hour to go down to all over. While us, we reached our channel and heading over to the ramp. Ooh, and it was a pleasure taking you guys along for the ride. And let me know what was the best part you guys liked. Until next time, I'll catch you guys out in the water, and let's keep having fun in the sun.